Sports. And the Nuggets on friendly ground as they continue this homestand. These guys facing good ball clubs and will continue to over the upcoming stretch of games, even more critical to notch a win in this one.
This is one of those games when you look at your calendar, it's circled before the schedule's even released. So it's one of the best rivalries we have in our league. And guys, this is the one you do not want to miss.
No doubt about it, because it seems like these two teams always have a reason to be angry at each other, a little chippy at the very least, and that brings out the best basketball in both of them.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the 1. Well, perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Mudiay, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead, so we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
And he makes the first.
And how about Mudiay, guys? He has a very interesting upbringing. Born in the Congo, grew up in Texas, then spent last season in China. Already a very well-traveled young man for a player of his age.
Now here's Fareed. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Here's Barnes. Gallinari with the steal. And here comes Harris, leading the fast break. Mudiay passes to Fareed. It's hauled in by Bogut.
And you know, with Mudiay, you can't ignore what he does on the court. He has amazing size at the point guard spot, excellent vision, and is a natural playmaker for his squad.
Hickson with the bucket.
Outstanding pass in transition there for the easy deuce.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. It's a 3-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here's Green. Denver getting their last shot to go. Pass to Barnes. Back to Thompson. Gallinari with the steal. And here we go again. The Nuggets on the break. Hickson dishes to Gallinari. Barnes grabs the miss. On defense, Denver leading by 5. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so, it was the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Andre Iguodala is checked in for the Warriors. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Curry with a wide open look. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight. And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Mudiay kicks to Gallinari. Puts it up from 15. That's short off the rim. The Warriors leading. A drive by Iguodala. It's stolen by Mudiay. Jokic passes to Fareed. The Nuggets with another miss.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
That was a good time to call a timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Barton comes in for Gallinari. Randy Foy, he's checked in for Harris. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. The Warriors also with a sub. Azili's checked in.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Barton, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Barton's got his first points in this one. Kicks it to Green. Thompson outside. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And the foul on Will Barton. That's his first foul. Ball stolen.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Outside, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fades back. They get a hand on it.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Curry gets the bucket.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
The drive by Thompson. And the wide open shot from Green. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
What a 3 at the horn as they end the quarter on a...
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry, and tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Maurice Spade's out there with Thompson. And it's Clark in at point guard. The Nuggets making a switch here. Hickson's checked in. Passes it to Harris. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Throws up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Klay Thompson was lights out in terms of shooting. Clark, he has never had a problem knocking one down.
Well, the first player in league history to notch 500 made threes in his first 3 seasons in the league. That is remarkable.
Harris dishes to Hickson. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 4 assists in the game. Warriors leading by 5. Clark kicks to Thompson. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Spates. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We take a look at the Warriors. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And checking out Denver, 7.5 games behind.
And I think for Denver, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
That freed up. Nice work off the pick. 6 points for Kenneth Faried.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him. He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. But as long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
Denver on D. And J.J. Hickson is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game. Hickson against Bogut. Spates the pass to Rush. Let's go. No luck. Some solid defense from Harris. The Nuggets trail by 3. And we've seen it all, guys. The Nuggets have been in free fall the last couple years. Part of that is their play at home, where GA, they used to be invincible.
You remember back in the day, Kevin, I mean, one of the most difficult places to play was in Denver. I mean, you're dealing with the thin air, but that hasn't been the case here of late.
George Karl just prided his team on what they did at home. 6 to shoot. Rush. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
You know, Denver ended with the 19-22 record at home last season, and that's a far cry from when the Nuggets would typically win 30 or more games at home.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Spates. And Curry subbed in for Ian Clark. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
So close.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable. And you'd have to go all the way back to their dreadful 2003 campaign to find the last time the Nuggets went below 500 at home. Very strange to see them be just mediocre in this building last season.
That's good.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And Brandon Rush gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Big group substitution here for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Martin comes in for Gallinari. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. And the Warriors also making a change. Green, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. And Denver decides to take their first time out here. You can point to any number of things, Clark. The Warriors did well last year. Their play on the road being one of them.
Well, the Warriors were exactly road warriors all season long, partner. Hit the ground running and finished with the league best 28 road wins.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Here's Barton. The Warriors pull it in. Their last encounter was in Oakland.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. I mean, they ended up winning it going away.
Foy dishes to Barton. Lays it up and banks it in. Barton's got his second basket of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And Draymond Green, guys, has won at every level. I mean, led Saginaw High School to 2 consecutive state championships, at Michigan State, 2 trips to the Final Four, and now making noise with the Warriors. It's clear this guy's a winner.
And the pass to Jokic. Now the dish to Barton. And Voigt kicks to Arthur. Warriors with the rebound. Curry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And here's a little known fact, Clark. Only 3 players have recorded at least 2 triple-doubles in the NCAA tournament. They are Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Draymond Green.
That's some elite company for Draymond Green. He's a hard worker, a guy you love if he's on your team. He can be an irritant if he's not with you, but continues to improve and prove his doubters wrong. Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor.
Draymond Green, as their stretch 4-man, made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Nelson, the pass to Arthur. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And Draymond Green won't give you the superstar numbers of a Kevin Love, but he's got a deceptive impact, Clark, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I call him a value-utility guy because he does a little bit of everything that brings value to your quest to win. His shooting has steadily gotten better, and while he's not an all-star yet, the sum of his total contributions on the floor, impressive.
Curry can't get it to go.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into 3-point territory.
And you're right there, Clark, because anything less than lockdown defense on him is going to result in a triple.
And there's the feed to Azili. Green up on top. Golden State moving it around. They get the rebound. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected. And Voigt kicks to Nelson.